Welcome to the Rochester, New Hampshire History Podcast, a monthly show that will shine a light on a piece of history that has been all but forgotten.
The Rochester Public Library is a historic gem located in the heart of the city. It has served Rochester for more than 100 years, and it is a Carnegie Library, which means it was built with money donated from Andrew Carnegie, who was one of the wealthiest men of his time. Over 2,500 Carnegie libraries were built between 1883 and 1929. Many of these libraries were built in smaller communities that may otherwise not have been able to afford such a building. In the early 1900s, Rochester rented a small property at 42 South Main Street and used that as the library. This property was dusty, cramped, and did not have enough shelves. Around 1902, Mr. O.B. Warren, the postmaster of Rochester, contacted Andrew Carnegie and asked for a library grant. On Christmas Day 1903, it was revealed that Carnegie agreed to supply $20,000 for a new library building for the city.
There were two conditions that had to be met before Rochester could use the money. The city had to agree to provide at least $2,000 for maintenance every year and to provide the land for the building. Property chosen for the library was already city-owned. It was on South Main Street and was the location of the Main Street School, built in 1857, which had become obsolete. The old stones and bricks from the school were cleaned and used to build a new library building. Incredibly, the building was completed under the budget of $20,000. The new library was turned over to the city on October 2nd, 1905, and Mayor Bickford opened it to the public. 151 people registered for a library card the first day. During the rest of the week, a total of 409 received a library card.
The building was a beautiful Georgian Revival-style structure and still remains a landmark in Rochester. It is built of red brick with a granite base and white brick trimming and a slate roof. The library has changed a bit since it first opened. Here are some pictures of what the library looked like in 1905. The first librarian was Lillian Parsley. She served for 40 years until her death in 1945. In the early years, the books were kept in closed stacks. If you wanted a book, the librarian would retrieve the book for you. However, if Lillian thought the book was not appropriate for you, she would not let you have the book. Lillian Parsley was not only a librarian, but also the executive officer and was the lifeblood of the library for 40 years. She was a dedicated librarian who improved the services throughout the years. Under her leadership, the library grew from loaning books to meeting the needs of the community.
The January 18, 1945 Rochester Courier printed the headline, "Miss Parsley, Librarian, Dies. Services Today for a woman who served city for 52 years." She was honored by the city for guiding the library in 1905 from one of 2,400 books to one of over 40,000 books in 1945, making it one of the finest libraries in the state. The current state of the library would make Lillian proud. You can surf the web and then read a newspaper in the old reading room. It is embracing 21st century technology while still retaining the charm of a library that was built in the early 1900s.
This ends the podcast. If you have any questions or comments, please email bobgriffinpodcast@gmail.com and come back next month for another episode of Rochester, New Hampshire History.